today will be about conscious giving without losing yourself, because there is an old yogic principle we hear really often that giving is more important than taking. That's true. It's about selfless service, so-called seva, and it is one of the strongest and most essential principles of yoga. It may sound like a cliche, but in truth, it is one of the deepest laws of life itself. Giving without expectations, giving without immediately checking that what we will get back, and giving simply because it feels right. And yet, this is exactly where many misunderstandings arise, because many of us carry old programs and fears within us. Maybe we heard things like if you are too kind, you are stupid, or we heard that we shouldn't let people to use us, to take advantage of us, and so on. And often these beliefs come from the stories of our mothers and grandmothers who gave and gave, and then until they had nothing left for themselves. So, and something of that stayed in us, of that programs. So we move into the opposite extreme, and we start watching how much we give. We compare, we calculate, and sometimes we give only when we are sure that we will get something back. This is it. And that is exactly why yoga keeps reminding us giving is more important than taking. And that's true, my dear friends. But not so that we exhaust ourselves, but because energy, we should think that the energy never disappears. What you give always comes back. It's always like this. Maybe in a different way. Maybe later. Maybe not right today or tomorrow. Maybe in a form you did not expect. But it never gets lost. So when we truly set this in our mind, life becomes much simpler. The feeling of injustice fades, the constant comparison disappears, the inner tension of I give more than others dissolves. And here comes the important fine point I want to highlight today. This is not about sacrificial giving. This is about a conscious gift. A conscious gift means that I give from fullness, not from emptiness. I give without losing myself, without denying my own value, without crossing my own inner limits. And this naturally brings us to the topic of boundaries. For a long time I had a problem with that word, because boundaries felt much ego-based to me, because from the perspective of unity, after all, we are all one, so I always thought we actually don't need boundaries. But then something important became clear to me. Boundaries, my dear friends, boundaries are an outer structure, An open heart is inner quality, and both may exist at the same time. They should exist at the same time. They exist at the same time. So boundaries are not the opposite of love. Very often boundaries, they are expression of the love. And giving without boundaries is not spiritual. This is not spiritual. It is exhausting, actually. And giving without boundaries does not lead to peace. It leads to resistance, to hidden anger, to quiet anger, to fatigue, to stress. And yoga never teaches self-destruction. Yoga teaches wisdom. So first, take care of yourself. First, fill yourself up, and then give. Because only someone who has something can give. This applies to every area of life, actually. Relationships, work, helping others, spiritual practice, and everything. And also in real love, we do not give in order to receive the same thing back in the same way, because everyone expresses love differently. And when we have a strong foundation within ourselves, we don't need others to confirm our worth. We give because we want to, not because we need something in return, but because we want to. And here we arrive at the beautiful yogic paradox. The ancient masters say that the person who is the least attached and the least self-centered is actually the greatest egoist of all. That's interesting. Why is that? Because they have discovered the secret of pleasure. It's actually the secret of life. Yogis give because it brings them joy, pleasure, peace, silence in the mind, depth of being. And all masters say always that yogis are true seekers of pleasure, are true pleasure seekers. Not superficial pleasure, but deep, stable and inner joy. And that's why they serve, that's why they help, and that's why they give. Out of joy, not out of duty, or that they have to. And this is where the circle closes. True giving is not weakness. It is a sign of inner strength. It is the ability to stay open and at the same time deeply grounded, to give more than to take, but never to lose yourself. So if you take only one sentence from today, let it be this: give consciously, give more, but give consciously and give from fullness. And allow yourself to protect your heart as much as you open it. And that is true secret of yoga, and perhaps life itself. Give more, but consciously. Hari Om.